way through, but it does look as though we are pulling our folks up here to do a little
wheel.
spin.
I see a wheel.
There is the wheel, and the spin is beginning right now. Let's take a look here. Our
Here
first spin, center it up. That's
there we go. And Joy-Con moment. Oh, I don't think we can. Can we do that one? Are we gonna reroll or what are we doing?
We'll figure it out here.
I don't think that happened last time, unfortunately.
No, so they'll talk through it here. We'll figure out what we want to do. They're double checking here.
I see someone. Oh.
Well, they've had Shiny come to spin it. So.
Oh, this is gonna be a big spin.
I was gonna say if one of you has to play with Joy-Cons, you better give your opponent a nice debuff to go along with it. Let's check a look.
Quad arrow. Oh, well, no, that's the other team that's playing with the Joy-Con.
Right.
Shiny's team.
Shows, yeah,
Cherry Cringade.
Yeah, so one member of Cherry Cringade should have, if this is all agreed upon and they can follow through with this, one of them will have to play with Joy-Cons and then swap a Joy-Con on top of that.
You know, the funny part here is I feel like this is the only thing they couldn't actually lab. Like, of all the possible outcomes we could have seen, this is the only one that I don't know if the labbers were ready for this.
Well, why would you lab this specific scenario? Playing with only one
Have you
Joy-Con?
seen their spreadsheets?
Yes, I have. I saw them back when they were the Azure spreadsheets, and nowhere on it did it list alternate control schemes.
Well, that's because they weren't, they knew this event was coming, though. I'm sure they considered it as a possibility.
Well,
I see Joy-Cons.
Yep, Shiny
has
and
it looks like Crim handing off a Joy-Con to Cringe. Sorry. Gotta get the name right for this. I'm legally obligated to call them that. Please understand.
All right, so swapping it out here. And see, the issue here is if you accidentally bump. Yeah, and I think Shiny has. Yep, there he goes. Okay, so this is the worrying part here. When you are unhooking these, if it ever comes out of the dock, that's the word. If it ever comes out of the dock here, it does disconnect you from land mode shoal. So you do have to pop back in again. It's not a long process, but I have seen teams on land lose games because mid-game they bumped their table and bumped their switch out of the dock. Most famously, Team Low Key at SNS 5 on a winning jump in with a power clam. Gamer jumped up, hit the desk, unmoved that, and because they had not yet thrown the power clam, nobody else can take it from you if you're still holding it.
And when you TC, you have a little bit of delay.
And the opposing team very wisely was like, leave him there. And that was the end. It would have been an overtime winning push, and instead it was horrible. Arashi screamed. The crowd went wild. And I believe they were playing against Tudos's team in that one too. So it was great.
Man, like, losing to the retirement home, that's ooh.
Yeah, I think that was Tai, Tudos, Hunty, and Tetsu.
Yeah, that's literally a retirement home. Goodness, losing to that. That's like a permanent stain on your record.
Who would ever lose to a team led by Tudos?
Honestly, like all you have to do is wait for them to fall in the water. It's not that hard.
I was going for a minus action GG's reference there.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. The iceberg goes deep, fellas. The iceberg goes deep.
Marsh, we're getting old.
Yeah? It's been, oh goodness, we're approaching 8 years on this game. Terrifying prospect. And unfortunately, I'm still playing. I thought I was safe. I thought Smash finally saved me, but unfortunately, not the case. But you know what's even more unfortunate? The conditions these poor players have to play in.
Excellent segue, Marsh. Excellent segue.
Thank you.
So you can see, again, noting here what we've rolled, if you have just joined us here, Cherry Cringade has had 2 of their members switch to Joy-Cons and then swap a Joy-Con. So Shiny and Crim will have to play half of each other, I guess is the best way to put it here.
So all right, I really want to know who is playing which part. Who is the movement and who is the aiming?
They'll have to figure that out here pretty quick, because if it doesn't work well, I guess they could swap mid-game back the other way. It doesn't really matter.
Yo, can we do mid-game handouts on death? You both trade Joy-Cons?
I think as long as you both traded, as long as you keep each side controlling one, it should be fine.
Shiny has blue movement. Crim has pink movement. And then, okay.
So they've got that figured out then.
Okay, so it looks like, all right, I think they chose, I don't know which, either one of them they're either controlling the other, well, I guess it doesn't matter which one, but they're either controlling the other's movement or the other's aiming. I'm going to guess it's movement because aiming is a lot harder.
Yeah, aiming is a lot harder. So yeah, that is the left stick is movement there. So they'll get to aim for themselves. Although there's a look of bewilderment on all the players' faces here as they try to figure out.
They're all just staring at Shiny's screen.
Like,
oh goodness.
And meanwhile, on the other side here, as wild as GoodMorningStarshine's potential things were, they got quad arrow spray, which I think against a couple players on the other team that won't be able to aim for themselves shouldn't be too bad, especially on zones block.
Roller umbrella. That is what they're playing. No contest. Oh, Pika with the salute. A moment of silence for Cringe and Shiny here. I'm betting on a roller umbrella from them because how else do you play the video game? And there's the rollers.
Both going with the rollers, and we have all 3 arrow sprays represented as well. I don't think they had to do that, but I'm glad they did. And a lot of QR on those arrow sprays.
They know. They know. All right, let's see. Shiny's just crashing into the clam in circles now. All right, you can do it, buddy. You can make it to zone. Almost there. They did it. All right. Shiny is going on a little trip here. Oh, in the corner. Honestly, I feel like I'm watching like an insect really trying to figure out its way, you know? They're just like bumping into stuff. Oh, Crim with the trade? Legendary work.
Not a bad trade here. That Booyah Bomb really didn't find anything. And yeah, at this point, Pika's going to have to, you know, have a good little game here. This weapon should, in theory, at least eat arrow spray for breakfast here. But of course, when you go on even ground with them, it's a little bit more difficult. And going to be so difficult. I don't even know what took out Shiny there. That was such a weird angle that we got. But look at this. Cherry Cringade has figured out a way to get through.
Cringe is going in.
Oh,
no. The cleanup. That was a certified roller moment.
The assist.
A little confused. Oh, there they go. Oh, I thought they got the squish. Tragedy.
Almost, but that's 3 down once again. It's just going to be Pika up here on top, pushing them through. You're going to have to be careful with how they try to approach Pika here. Yeah, this is exactly what the Tri-Slosher wants to be. And for all the other debuffs here, this is still Pika in his element.
Pika is in the zone, you might even say. Yeah, keening on these edges. The last thing... Oh, finally went into the slick there, which is a little dangerous for your health.
A little dangerous there. You can see Grim
struggling. Oh, no, Vincent coming in!
Vincent coming in here. They need to paint. They're on this side, though, moving over to the right. One went down there. Vincent went down. And actually, look at this. Pika. It went down to the wrong side. The Booyah Bomb got thrown to the left as they were rotating to the right. And now, I mean, they're going to have maybe one more chance. But if Pika gets another Pika, this might be game.
Yeah, Pika just kind of eating them alive with this Tri-Slosher. I mean, what can you do? Okay, finally gets down, but it's too late.
Much too late. The numbers will tell the story here, which is that in the arrow spray versus Tri-Slosher matchup, typically the Tri-Slosher...
15 KA.
50?
15. 15 KA on... Actually 10, it was a quick game. 13. Okay, in the middle.
Split the difference.
Shiny. Big fan. Huge fan, Shiny. Excellent work out there.
Incredible.
All right, let's watch Shiny. Here they go. And into the corner. Doing their best, you know.
It ran out of paint, too, at one point.
Now, I have to wonder, was that Shiny controlling the movement, or was Crim controlling the movement?
Yeah, who do we get mad at for that?
Yeah, I don't know who
to
be. You know, why not both of them? It's both their faults.
Yep. And man, just arrow spray.
This is so sad.
Arrow spray fans, Splatoon 3 does have some more hope for you. A great kit that is going to be such a nuisance to deal with. But then you sometimes get moments like that where Vincent was directly in front of Pika, and I think 2 of the shots hit.
What a majestic pop-on. Oh, here we go.
Game 2, already getting into it. Shiny going to spin once again.
That wheel.
Quad arrow again. And I think that this Siren's probably going to give him the opportunity to ask for something different. Okay, Vincent has reluctantly accepted. Vincent goes for the spin.
Imagine they get quad arrow.
IPL zone.
No, all splashdowns. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. That's not fair. Versus all arrows. What are they supposed to do?
Well, I mean, you know exactly what weapon Pika's going to play, right?
K-Mac.
Yeah, K-Machine.
Yeah.
Which kind of eats arrow spray for breakfast.
So what are we going to see? K-Mac. Lily's going to go. I have no clue, honestly.
I was going to say, so there's some sploosh. There's the splatter shot.
One of those two. Crim goes probably. Maybe they.
Clapples?
No, Crim's not a Dapple enjoyer. I almost want to say maybe K-Mac as well. Because I know they like normal sloshers.
Sure.
That's my best guess. Okay, hold on. That's
Yeah, that's the other side. There's
All right.
also, of course, Splat Roller is on the menu here for this one.
that's true, but I
There's
don't.
a GooTuber variant that is on the menu.
Ain't no one playing that thing.
That was
There
a
ain't no
hard eye roll you just gave me, Marsh.
one. I ain't a YouTuber enjoyer. What else?
Oh, there's is it Undercover?
I can
And
see.
I know you've played that at LAN because I commentated it and yelled at you.
The legends tell of an event where there may have been 8 undercovers. Howdy.
You all should note that the British are coming. The British are
Oh
coming.
lordy.
British are coming? Is that what
The British are coming.
So just behind us right now are the legends themselves. Dragonudo and Ninja have stepped in alongside Pico. So I don't know if they know that we're live, nor do they probably care that we're live.
They're just looking to say
They
hello.
simply came in to say hello. No, they'll get what's coming to them eventually.
Oh yeah, well, you'll get what's coming to you eventually. I'll be sure to deliver. These filthy, washed-up Brits. Look at them. Dude,
All right,
imagine-
we've got a game. We've got a game coming up here.
we go.
We can flame them later here. As we get into game 2
Oh,
here
I
between Good Morning Starshine and Cherry
Power
Cringade.
on. Oh gosh.
There's a beautiful map list here. It is the Bad Ideas Only map
Oh,
list here.
man.
We do get the GooTuber.
No!
And I forgot the
Oh, no.
Blaster. The Blaster
Blast-
too.
They went sweat mode. That
Yeah.
is 4 booyahs.
They very quickly realized,
and
look at all the special
no.
charge
All right,
on
3,
top of that.
2, 1. Are we gonna see a fire? Oh, we're a little off. 1 already down. Looking for a booyah. Or 1 booyah ready.
Yep, and that's one of them already down here.
2 booyah. 3 booyah. Oh, there they go. They're everywhere.
I don't think they got anybody down off of that. Now Pika's in this place.
Oh,
this one's going to throw.
Good bag. Pika, what you doing? They need to get these booyah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is really rough. How do you contest the splashdown?
I was gonna say, I mean, like a couple of these aren't bad weapons here that they've gotten picked here, and
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of Pika's mains. This is, I don't see this game going on much longer. They're gonna have a chance to paint and try to build up maybe one desperate booyah here. They've got one of them that's at 76, yep, 80.
Oh, they're close. They need to stop Willie. They did stop it at 1. They're on Pika. Okay.
They've done it. They've done it, folks. They have extended the game beyond the first minute.
I'm honestly a little impressed. However, it is Kelp, which means good luck getting in.
Well, they've got the way to get in.
Oh,
The
push
question
to
is, can they? There needs to be a certain immediacy with taking these players down here.
Yeah. Oh, there's 1.
Not a ton. Oh, you probably can't even shoot them down.
Yeah, how are you supposed to get the accuracy required at the distance? And, you know, I don't even know if the arrow spray gets full damage at that height,
I'm almost certain there has to be a little fall off here.
which is tragic. Oh, there goes a mine. Yeah, this is kind of, I feel like I'm just watching a bunch of, like, what would be the analogy here? I don't know. They're just kind of all punching at their ankles, you know, as they try to knock out these splashdowns. But unfortunately, Cherry Cringade living up to the name there. Peak cringe, honestly.
Yep.
Imagine not like playing some honest sploosh there to make sure we have a good, real game. Very disappointing.
Well, I mean, they pulled out GooTuber and Undercover, so they're probably not going to, they're probably not going to say that they weren't sweating, but could be.
9 splashdowns and 6 booyahs. I'm a little disappointed, honestly, on the lack of booyahs.
Well, when one team is spending the majority of the game respawning, that is how it goes. And in fairness, there's not a ton of room that you have to paint from your own spawn.
Here we watch as Quark witnesses the demise of 2 of their teammates in sequence and realizing they're trapped with nowhere left to go. But somehow they cleaned it up. A little bit anyway.
Yep, and then we saw here at the end a jump was coming in. It was a splashdown that didn't quite get to the tower, but it didn't matter in any case.
They had the spirit.
Yep.
But did they have the spirit to roll something different?
That's the real question here.
If we get quad arrow, do we ban them?
All right, a good solid spin there.
But now it's on them!
The turntables.
Oh my goodness. Now, the legendary roll here is another...
All right, Shiny, can you do it?
No way.
No, it's on the wrong side.
Goobacore. Wait, reroll. Invert. Oh.
Okay, so that was almost quad arrow. They were one further than quad arrow that time.
What? I'm curious as to why we're not doing Goobacore.
I don't know. Maybe it could be a we want to let them play a comp.
No.
and not.
No. You signed up for bad ideas. You know what you're getting into.
Well, we can double check here, Marsh. It is not our place to critique the people who are doing the real work this weekend. And on that note, a big thank you to the TOs who have made this all happen, made this possible. This is not easy to, one, get Splatoon into an event of Shine's caliber and prestige, and two, help them work the budget here. A lot of groundwork has gone to the side of the folks who have put this on, Rissa, Siren, and Magic 8 Ball in particular. Of course, many more names. I'm not trying to take anybody out of the equation here, but a lot more goes into it than you might expect here. A lot of times Splatoon gets given, a couple papers here and says, okay, tell us what the budget is, tell us how we do this, and this was a monumental amount of work to get this to happen here, so big thank you to our TOs.
I feel like it's got to be somewhat cathartic, though, to watch the players suffer for your amusement for a solid couple hours.
I think you're just mean, Marsh.
I play hero. I love suffering. Kind of a specialty.
We have a word for that.
What?
It's sadist.
I mean, listen, I want Twitter clips, and if I have to Twitter clip you, so be it.
We're moving to Gobi Arena Clamblitz at this point. Of course, Cherry Limeade, a noted fan of the old blitzing of the clams.
I almost feel like they're going to do something incredibly dumb, such as quad baller, and we're just going to see the whole
Aerospray RG, quad Aerospray RG.
They're just going to roll on in. We're going to see 4 ballers in a line. They're just going to,
Well, you've got options here with the Aerosprays. Let's see what they go. We've already seen all the options, so we don't need to tell you anything more about the Aerosprays.
Yeah, let's see an actual team comp from...
And meanwhile, Good Morning Starshine got the worst part of it here. Inverted controls. So you can see them immediately scatter about like minnows.
Whee!
Oh, this is incredible. Going forward, probably not horrible. The moment that you have to try to figure out how else you're moving, it's going to be very difficult. You can see Cork actually not looking too bad so far. We'll see once a fight starts.
I feel like it takes you a second to get used to, right? Now, I'm impressed with the bamboo trade. I'm impressed with the bamboo pick here. Also 3 down. Hold on. Shiny booking it out of there.
Okay. I mean, this is a very, very solid start.
I'm really impressed with the bamboo
I am
pick.
too. I wouldn't be hitting anything if I was using this. Of course, missiles, not so bad here. Can kind of do it themselves, but taking a little bit longer. That's not even an invert moment. That's a Gobi Clams moment.
Yeah, it can be rough. Oh, they cornered them. They just smushed them. All right, here comes the first push. Peeking with the flank. Oh, curling bomb. Oh, I like that. Curling bomb from the side to pressure them like this.
Yeah, they're not going to get super far up there, but they got far enough, and they were actually able to get one. Now Pika's going to follow up here. Krim going to throw the Booyah Bomb for good measure, and the point's still going in there. I don't think Krim knows about the one clam that's just there on the other side, but Lily has now returned another batch of clams. Very adroitly going to save one to try to extend the timer. Krim comes with a few more. There are more than enough clams on the map for them to end this here, but I do believe the members of Good Morning Starshine have arrived in time to slow it down. Pika's going to score one more here and actually get 2.
Can they get it? Can they get it?
Hold on.
Oh, so close. They did finally push them out there, but they need to get some control now.
Well, yeah, I mean, they barely even pushed them out here. Yeah, extending just a little bit to try to get to mid, you fool. How could you do such a thing?
Can we just appreciate how all 3 of them, as a unit, just swam in unison together? That was kind of majestic. Some incredible coordination. All right, here we go. Oh no, the Booyah cleaning them up. 2 more clams.
2 more clams.
Shiny kind of looking around. Lily's got it. Aaron needs to cover this. Oh, they went for the big boy clam, but alas. A 3-0 from Cherry Cringade. Honestly, I feel like they didn't deserve that. It's going to be real. They kind of got the better end of the stick on a lot of these wheels.
Nobody deserves to have to play Quad Arrow 2 games in a row. And to play Quad Arrow twice and then play
against
a version of your weapon where you can't aim as well.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like we should have seen a few more rollers here. Just make it a little easier to aim, but it's just like it's rough because double arrow versus effectively comps that just kind of auto win. They just go, yeah, I outrange you. Shake my hand now. Because even though for the first one, Krim and Shiny were kind of out of the game, air quotes, as long as Pika's getting kills, it doesn't really matter because they kind of just get to walk up, go, my weapon's better than yours. Shake my hand. And what are you supposed to do about it?
Well, not much to be done about it in that first game, as we saw. So, yeah, it's one of those things where you would never think about what weapon I would play if my controls were inverted.
Yeah.
That is not a thought that typically goes through a player's mind as they are prepping for a LAN. And we also, what was on the wheel was not known to these players before, like, what, an hour ago, maybe?
Well, an hour ago, assuming they even walked over to go look at the wheel, which
Right.
I'm assuming not all of them did, because as we've seen, a lot of players have been labbing Splatoon 3 already with some movement.
Oh,
Because
that's all I've been doing.
I feel like we're basically going from, like, I feel like the analogy I'd make is we're basically going from, like, what? I'm going to use Smash because hee hee ha ha Smash player. Ultimate to Melee. Now, not as extreme, of course. But in the sense of we're gaining some pretty basic options. Really, the big change for Melee would be you have this air dodge now. That's a lot better. That gives you a lot more movement. All we're getting is a simple dodge roll, really. But that one simple thing goes so far with changing how you play the game. Like,
There's so much, and on top of that, the implications on certain maps, I think, I agree with you that Squid Roll, I think, is an incredibly powerful tool, and it's one of those tools that's very simple to understand, but because the physics around it are properly built, you get lots of cool options. But I think the maps are really going to be what determine how useful it is. I don't think it's a coincidence that the height that it goes is enough to get you on top of those classic one-by-one levels. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Definitely planned. Because now you can start chaining jumps.
Exactly.
And one of the abilities, Intensify Action, allows you to keep your momentum longer, and you can keep going faster. Well, maybe not faster, but you keep your speed for a longer duration, which means you can probably chain more of these.
Yep.
On top of that, a big question I have is parrying. Can we see, honest to goodness, like fighting game parries in Splatoon? Like, let's say Nine's playing Dynamo, or even Splat Roller, comes up to me, and I see the flick wind up, right? Do I have enough time to input my Squid Roll, and can I parry that attack and punish them for it?
It'll be the interesting thing about the Squid Roll. One of the reasons that I think it's nice is it does require a bit of momentum to work. So the answer to your question, I think, is going to be, what position were you in while you were fighting? If you're shooting somebody and you see their roller friend come up, you're done. You're not going to be able to go back into squid form and build enough momentum that quickly. You're just not going to be able to react that fast. If the roller's already swinging, maybe you could mash the B button, but you would have to be swimming forward for that to be truly applicable.
I do think there's... Are you... Was that... That wasn't a bit, right? I'm out...
If you'd like to see more of Asti Levita's antics, you can tune in on Sunday, where Asti will be commentating.
Not the replay. You can't just... Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Someone... Oh, my goodness. Look at that air time. And down they go.
He got some air.
the leg flying up.
You look so concerned as I simply...
You're like, I pretend I do not see. I'm more just contemplating, just like,
Asti and I had a nice workout this morning. I know he's built a solid stuff, so...
I suppose so. I mean, he maybe built a solid stuff, but this floor is also real
truly
solid.
also built a solid stuff. A concrete floor.
Oh, my goodness. That was, I wasn't ready for that one. I'm going to be